Hello again, this is Paul Humiller and Ken Jones with Mountain Song Guitars and Dream Guitars, going to show you another repair technique. Today we're going to talk about a way to fill a nut slot that's gotten too low in a really cool way using modern technology.
Traditionally, the fix for a low nut slot was to use super glue or cyanoacrylate mixed with a little bit of bone dust, and we're speaking of bone nuts. The only problem with that technique is it's temporary. It never lasts. Eventually that super glue is going to just get ground away by the string wear. We've realized that the only really effective repair in this situation is to use a dental compound, which is stuff they use to fix your teeth with. And so that's what we use, and that's what we're going to demonstrate for you today. Okay, so the first step is that we have to prime the area, and this is basically the same material as the compound, just without any of the silica in it. And so we're just going to lay this down into the slot, and we just want to make sure that that stuff gets in all the nooks and crannies, because that's what's going to really allow the stuff to grab a hold and not pop loose over time. So I'm just kind of working that in there. So we have the primer in there, so we're just going to blow it off with the air to get rid of the acetone that's left behind. It's just a vehicle for it. So you can see the acetone. There we go. Next we're going to add the compound, and the great thing about this dental compound is it does come in a range of colors or shades of white and off-white to match teeth. So it's great for vintage bone nuts that have more of the yellow color to them. We can get a near perfect match on that. So I'm just going to squirt some of the compound in there. Alright, so we're going to just use the tool to kind of work that down in there, and we want to make sure that it's all the way down in the slot. And ideally, we want to still be able to see the edges of the nut slot, just to aid in recutting that slot. So now I'm just kind of scraping the excess away from the edge. So we want to get rid of as much of that as we can, because this stuff does dry very hard. Then I'm just going to make a little impression in there that again is going to just help to tell us where the original slot lies. So as you can see, that's a really close color match. The material is in there, and the last step is to cure the material. It's a UV curing compound. So we've got our dental light here, and so we just expose the compound to the UV light for 15 seconds. And there you have it. That compound is fully cured. It's glass hard and is ready to be filed. So, a great advantage of this system is that in many cases, when we're working on vintage instruments, it allows us to preserve the original bone nut and not have to replace it with a new one. So obviously that's going to help retain the value of the instrument. Another great use of this is for gigging musicians who tend to put a lot of wear on their instruments. We can actually customize bone nuts. We can kind of overfile the nut slots and build those slots back up with this compound. It's going to really reduce tuning issues, and it's going to prolong the life of your nut.